now.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. We are starting the next session. I believe it's session 14.
It is session 14.
Hey, look at that. With the Resonance of the 12. And to start us out, I know it's been a little bit of a break, but I'd like to see what you guys remember. And we're going to start in order of Discord. So, Derogate, what do you remember from our last session?
All right. So there at the end, we sort of realized that all of the travel in and out has been shut down. So there's like a fleet, maybe of some sort, that's sort of come in, and they've got everybody grounded, and no traffic is allowed in or out. And so that was the sort of last struggle we were presented with that we need to, I suppose, resolve to continue on with the broader quest, that has brought us here in the first place.
Yep. And to just expand on that just a little, it seems like it's most forms of travel, right? Airships are grounded. The captains and crews are very vocal in voicing their displeasure. But it also seems like while there are lightning rails entering the city, nothing is leaving currently.
Mm-hmm.
So of the forms of travel, the only one that's somewhat open right now would be by water vessel, by ship. But the region that you're on, unless you want to skirt the Mournlands, is pretty much landlocked because you're on a lake. So, all right, let's go next to Ragnus. Ragnus, anything else you can add?
So we
what
made
happened last session.
Yeah, we made our way into Gatherhold, and we split off into two different groups: Aragnis, Derogate, and I'm drawing a blank on Pips' character.
Jordan.
Yes, he. We went to confer with the airships and found out that they were closed off. We spoke to a couple of prospects, I think, for perhaps taking water travel, but at this time we're unsure if that would be fruitful to make our way across the lake and see if we can catch some lightning rail. Obviously, it appears that it's very dangerous in the city for us right now, and we, the other group, conferred with a merchant to try to sell off our wares to make some money so that we can perhaps procure some travel. And I think they were somewhat successful, and in the end, but it sounds like I forget what kind of deal they made.
Let's
move on.
Let's go to Drognal, who was a part of that deal. What do you remember about that deal, Drognal? Or not Drognal, Regic.
Regic.
Actually, I don't know what your disguise name is. Hadim.
Well, we had bribed.
Formerly known as Regic.
We had bribed one of the local mobsters, basically, into getting us passage out. In the meantime, he had told us to sit tight in at a particular hotel. We also, I'm pretty sure that we had discovered that there was another team of servitors looking for us in this city. So for the time being, if I remember, they don't know that we're a full team yet. They only know that there's Well, I mean, like the mobsters, they only know that there was two of us.
Yeah.
And you were supposed to meet up with them, right? Later on.
Yeah, we were supposed to meet up with them, but I wasn't sure if like we wanted to kind of split the group up and keep an eye on each other.
Yeah. So
I think that's the decision we got to make.
we had are you done? Or do you have anything else to say?
Yeah, I don't think there's much left.
I'll fill in just a couple of blanks of what I remember. I remember we went to we got directions to the seedier part of town where some deals can sometimes be made, and we came across this dwarf in an alleyway named Garn, and he was going to show us to an area to get jumped, and Regic did a fabulous job intimidating him, and instead he realized the error of his ways and was swayed with gold to take us to Morag, a trader that deals in illicit goods and magical items and rare items. It was there that we, and this is, if I remember correctly, he's a half. Oh wait, no, I have it written down, so I do remember correctly. He's a halfling, and I think there was a big, I don't know if it was an ogre or an orc or something.
He's like a hobgoblin or something.
Or hobgoblin, yeah, that's what it was. But he was questioning us, and Regic showed him that we had some scrolls and potions, and he exposed that we had one of these idols from, we know it was from the temple, but we claimed that we came across a group of people in the desert that had been ransacked by those weird
weasels or measles, whatever.
Measles, and we found these items gave Lorwanak's signet ring and the idol to Morag, who was going to go get some information for us, and I think, and then find a way to open up some transport for us, or just transport in general, and allow trade to go through, because Morag's business and many traders' businesses are on hold since travel has stopped. And then Morag, I think, told us that we could meet up with a guy named Yorin, which is a captain, and he'll give us a safe place to stay. And it's and Regic and I thought it might be best if, because there's another group looking for us, that only we stay at that location and the others find another spot so they don't know we're together, because Regic and I are assuming a different identities, yeah. but Derek's character is fairly obvious in the armor he wears.
And plus, Derogate has that big ass book.
Right. And did we hear that group was looking specifically for the book and for Derogate, primarily, or was it for us? I can't remember.
The servitors?
The ones here in the town, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So from Morag, you learned that pretty much you didn't get any sense that they were looking for Derogate.
Okay.
It was all primarily
right, but the measles were.
No, the measles were
right.
So,
and we did see measles in town.
Right. So there's potentially more than one group looking for you.
Mm-hmm.
Based off of that. So a couple of things. The only two things that I would add or clarify a little bit is Morag is going to meet with the servitors. You guys are not yet planning on meeting with them.
Right.
In addition to the inn where he sent you, he said that there was a group of people that you should talk to, and he would send them by.
Right, yeah. Morag says there's someone that is in a predicament and might need help.
Yep.
And is worth talking to. Okay.
Yep.
And I think we ended where we were all in some secluded area discussing the situation. I don't think we've
Yeah.
gone separate ways yet, or maybe we.
We hadn't. We were in like an
Yeah.
alleyway somewhere talking.
Yeah.
Rehashing.
Yeah, because we're
Yeah.
trying to figure out what we're going to do for housing.
Yep, exactly. So,
So my worry is that you guys could get jumped at any point. And
That's my
is
worry.
there
Yeah.
any way you can communicate to the other group right now in case something goes wrong?
Well, what we were going to do was take Pitts with us and have him watch all night long.
one thing I was actually gonna
we
point
sent
out.
We sent a message to what's his nuts.
We did.
Yeah, we sent
Yeah.
a message to our friend.
Atreus or whatever.
Atreus, yeah.
Idris, yeah.
And
What was the
did
message
you
we sent?
get a message?
He said, don't, yeah, what did he say?
Did he reply back?
No, he was the one who told us that there was servitors, right? Looking
Yeah.
for us?
Oh yeah, that's how we knew.
Yeah, he was one who said, be careful because there's another group of servitors in town looking for us.
The other thing, Jordan, welcome. Glad you could join. Didn't I say something to you at the end of the game regarding some stuff that you had found out while you were plying airship captains and crews with alcohol?
Yeah, we were in a bar, right? And he was lamenting with a local seafarer or captain.
I believe there was a captain who said that provided the embargo was lifted. Oh, we just lost. There we go. Provided the ban was lifted on travel, he would be willing to take you on board. So Jordan had found a captain willing to take you for a
This
fee,
is
of course.
An airship captain?
No, this is by water, right?
Nope.
Hey, sorry about that. My
Hey.
internet connection flapped.
Well, this was by air.
Yes, by air, but I mean there were ship captains as well.
Yeah.
But the airship captain, he would only take you on board if the travel ban was lifted.
Hmm.
The boat captains would try and take you out of the city, ignoring the blockades.
Yeah, I feel like our best bet would be go by water, honestly. Because
Alright.
we know that the airship captains have to report to one of the houses.
Yeah.
So where we're at, you guys have shared your information. You guys have kind of brought each other up to speed, and now you guys have to decide where each of you are going and what each of you are doing. Didn't you also, Ryan, Regic, you had made contact with your agent, right?
No, I think that I think Kraz was trying to contact
Oh,
his agent.
Kraz,
Yeah.
that's who it was.
Yeah, I sent a message through that messaging sending system to get a safe house before we went to go talk to Morag, which is hopefully we just don't know how long it would take.
Because honestly, it'd be if we could find a safe house to put the boys in, and you and I can go to where we're supposed to be.
Yeah,
Well-
I'd like to go hide, I think.
Yeah, and that's a problem. Is unless we can find a place for you guys to hide. And I suggested last game the sewers, if worse comes to worse.
It's not a bad idea.
Okay.
I detest the sewers.
I'm sure. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say, Gorlag, aka Kraz. From past experience, you know it doesn't take long to get a message back.
Mm.
Because rarely does your contact handle the messaging. It's all routed through third parties, and so there's probably a good chance at this time, after you guys have talked, that you would probably be able to make contact.
Sorry, I didn't hear you while I was coughing.
It's fine.
There's probably what?
It's probably, you would probably have a response by now.
Okay.
So that's something that you could check on. I know you had shapeshifted while you
Mhm.
made the drop. You guys are looking for a place for Derogate, Jordan, and Aragnis to stay. Kraz and Regic have lodging.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you guys going to do to hang out? Are you going to go together to check the drop? Is just Kraz going to go? What are your guys' plans?
Well, I think for safety reasons, Kraz should go by himself with one of us shadowing him.
Mm-hmm.
I think
like
Jordan would be the best bet because he's stealthy.
Okay.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Do that.
By the way, you can take a short rest. You guys have had plenty of time to take a short rest. I was just noticing, Matt, you have
He got his ass beat by the fucking measles.
measles. Measles will get you every time.
I can hear him coughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'll take a short
if you
rest.
guys want to take a short rest, spend your hit dice if you need to recover your hit points.
Seem to be okay.
Yeah.
How does that work for like spells? Is that
Some classes do get spells back on a short rest, Warlocks being one of them. I don't know that sorcerers get a whole lot.
how do I get the quick bar back? Or is that something because you're paused? Or
have a
You have
token.
to have a token.
okay, we're good. I can't tell if my spells are back. Without...
You
I'm
have
almost
4
healed.
sorcery points. So your sorcery points regain when you finish a long rest. And your spell slots, same thing.
Yeah, warlocks get all 2 of their spell slots back.
Yeah, it means
Yeah.
right here it says I have no second level spells and only 3 first levels left, so I haven't
Yeah.
rested. Yeah, okay,
Yeah, you do still have your sorcery points though, so
in the pinch I can use those.
Yep.
All right. While they're going to the drop, we should figure out the housing situation, or at least like a backup plan.
Well, there's plenty, like in this area where you guys are, near the docks, the wharf. There's plenty of inns.
Well,
Um,
they were talking about hunting for like an empty warehouse or something. Because
Yeah.
an inn is a public place.
right. Yeah. So, I mean, while Jordan and Kraz are heading towards the communication stones, the speaking stones. Let's see who's left. Regic, Aragnis, Derogate. You guys are more than welcome to ask around or do some other form of investigation if you'd like to try and see.
Well, okay. So my plan is to see if there's some place like within like walking distance, not walking distance, but like within visual distance of the inn that me and Kraz will be staying in.
If you're looking for what are you looking for? Let me ask that first.
All right, I'm looking for something abandoned, something that looks like it hasn't even something empty that I can break into, and the boys can stay there overnight without causing too much of a hassle.
Where your inn is, there's not going to be anything within sight. You're not in a rough part of town, like really rough. You're not in a great part of town, but it's nice enough and busy enough that real estate is at a premium. There's nothing that would be like actually abandoned that you could tell, right? It wouldn't be obvious. It is certainly possible that there's an apartment above a shop or something that's vacant, but
Yeah, I'd be looking for like
tell.
any dark windows or anything. Or
yeah, nothing that you would tell. So if you do want back towards like the dock area, warehouses, that would probably give you a better chance of finding something.
yeah,
But it would
Yeah,
be somewhat
maybe
removed.
around the docks we could find some kind of street urchin that might be, we might be able to bribe to maybe find out, a little hidey hole that he hangs out in that's local.
yeah. I would. Yeah, we could do that. But I think the best bet would be a warehouse. I mean, I don't want you guys to be that far away from us in case shit gets
No,
in.
I don't want to be that far away either.
But I think that if you're with a street urchin, there's chances they might recognize you, and the lure of money for the reward would be too
Or-
much.
Yeah, I mean, we are taking our chances regardless of what.
But I think like an empty warehouse or like one that nobody's there.
Yeah,
Hopefully
I think a warehouse is probably pretty safe, and there's lots of places to hide if something happens. Probably a lot of ways to sneak out if somebody comes in looking for us. Probably easy to keep a lookout. A lot of good reasons.
Yeah,
Warehouse makes sense.
yeah. So I think we should find a warehouse with 2 entrances at least that you guys map out in your head how to get in and out. Because the last thing we want to do is alert the guards or be spotted.
Right.
I think one of us should stay back here in case Kraz comes back because he's not going to know that we left the docks. I mean,
Did he already leave?
We have general. I mean, we've done this sort of thing before, so there's certain clues you could probably leave to lead me to a message that you store somewhere.
oh, that's true. Yeah, we can like
I would
etch
imagine.
the marking on the wall.
Yeah. Like
Yeah. So how about this?
Message can be found that way. That way.
Yeah, okay, let's do that. So you go to the drop, and we'll
You'll
try to
march
find
an
the
etching.
guy.
They'll be like, "Be back in an hour." Like if there's like a etching we can do for that.
How
Sounds
far
like a
can you
plan.
send telepathic messages? Do you have like?
I
another
can't. I
type-
think I have to be within like visual range.
Okay. You don't have any spells up your sleeve that can help communicate
Check one more time.
long distances.
I can use message over 120 feet.
Yeah,
That's probably
exactly.
not far enough.
Yeah, it's not far enough.
It's something though.
I'm just reading my telepathic speech.
Yeah. Do some research.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna link it in chat.
Okay, cool.
If I can remember how to do that.
I think you just click on the skill there.
There we go. It says 1 mile.
Oh, that's significant. First level spell. Equal to your charisma modifier. What's your charisma modifier?
Very high. My charisma modifier is +6. Okay, so yeah, all right. So I will just use telepathic speech on Kraz and let him know what's going on.
How?
It's-
What's the
it's-
distance on that?
It says
isn't
1 mile +1 per charisma
man.
modifier, and I have
Wow.
6 charisma modifiers, so it's 7 miles.
All right.
Why would you want to use that with Kraz when one of us is going to be in a separate party than you?
I'm with you guys. Kraz and Jordan left on their own.
Yep.
Oh, but ultimately, you and Kraz are going to be together after the drop.
Well, I can always cast it again.
Yeah, all right. Just be wary of your resources.
Yeah.
It says within 30 feet. Where are you staying?
It says okay.
Oh.
It says
You and the chosen creature can speak while you are within 4 miles. Okay.
plus your charisma modifier.
So that's only 8 minutes, though, right? Or 9 minutes?
Correct. He would use something like this as an action to. But we have to be 30 feet away. That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No.
So you can form a telepathic connection between your mind and the mind of another. As a bonus action, choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of you. You and the chosen creature can speak telepathically with each other while the two of you are within
30 feet. But so
Right.
You
So
were to-
before
you were
he
to-
leaves, I would cast it.
and it
Right,
only
but-
lasts 4 minutes or so.
Well,
Right.
I also have meta magic, where I can change the spell to how I want it.
Number of minutes equal to your sorcery level.
What are your meta magic powers?
Hold on.
I think you chose 2 of them.
Transmuted spell.
And then subtle spell.
Okay.
Yeah,
But not the duration one.
Yeah, that wouldn't be. It would run out before he got to the. I mean, I would say it would allow you to tell him what you guys were doing and have somewhat of a conversation until it cut out. So you would be able to let Kraz know that you guys are wandering, and you can choose now where you want to meet. If you just want to meet back in the same place, you can.
Right. Yeah. I'll just tell him we'll be back in an hour. We're gonna look for the places at the dock.
All right, man. If you check the journal entry, you have a message from your contact waiting for you.
All right. That's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
I see is a wankster. That's all. Did you save? Did you click save?
Yes.
Bullshit.
You're pink, right? Are you're in the journal entries? The book?
Oh, huh. No, I was looking at the journal on my character sheet. All right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So go ahead and read that. Jordan,
Hey there.
I would like you to roll a perception roll for me, if you don't mind. All right. And then go ahead and give me one more as you're kind of trailing along, following behind Gorlag.
That's when we
Kraz.
take a week off.
I know. Last week you guys were rolling like
The dice are bad now.
masters. All right, Kraz, I'm gonna have you roll a perception as well.
Oh my
All
goodness, what made the Buddhist get a haircut?
It was getting long. All right.
So
All right. So
perceptive.
you make it, and you collect your note, and Jordan, you're kind of just keeping inconspicuous while you're just waiting for Kraz to finish. So the rest of you, are you guys? What are you doing exactly? I know we talked about a couple things. Are you looking for abandoned places yourself, or are you looking for someone to talk to?
I think we should look for the abandoned place first.
Okay. So while you guys are walking around, go ahead and all three of you give me 2 perception rolls as you guys are just meandering through the different places.
Wow.
Did I do it? Yeah.
Not yet. Oh yeah, you did do it. Yeah. Oh, there's
I think
there's 3 of you there.
I think
so,
I get a D4 for perception.
Yeah. You,
Well,
I think
it was
you
2
do.
rolls, right? We're supposed to do
Yeah,
2 rolls.
2 rolls. Ooh. Okay. So Ragnus, that gives you a 13 for your first one. Go ahead
Okay.
and roll another one with the D4. And Derogate, go ahead and roll again.
Whoa, 21.
Man. Damn. Okay. Ragnus and Regic. You kind of go through for a while, and you don't really see too much. The everything you've passed, it definitely looks like it's in use, or it would be too like easy to catch anyone going in and out. It was too conspicuous of a location. And so you guys kind of work your way back and you continue to look. But Aragnus and Regic, you see someone who you think might be following you. I mean, you guys, nowhere you've been is it abandoned by people. But you've now spotted this individual, and you can't really tell much about them. They look somewhat small, but they're wearing like a hooded cloak, and so you can't really see much about them.
I'm going
They're
to.
definitely small of frame, smaller of stature. Not a halfling by any means, but
I'm going to look
How
around.
far
it.
away are they?
they're pretty far. I mean, they're not close, but here, let's change up the music a little bit. So they're probably, I would say, maybe, like 60 feet. They're like, look like they're keeping tabs on you. I mean, it's definitely somewhat obvious that they're following you.
All right, I'd like to use Divine Sense.
Ooh, link that.
I'm using my bar. There we go. Did it go?
Nope.
No.
I'm going to say in the meantime, we're being followed. Like under my breath, like just loud enough for the boys to hear it.
There we go. Okay. Okay. So you can use this feature a number of times when you finish a long run. Okay. So as an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces until you know location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover. As you close your eyes, and just kind of stretch forth your senses. As they continue to expand, you sense nothing.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, keep walking. Don't look back. We're being followed. I think what we should do is I'm gonna duck into an alley the first chance, and when I do, the two of you should split up. And if all three of us split up, it's gonna throw them off. And I'm gonna use my changeling powers to change into another creature and try to follow this being and figure out what's going on. You guys, is that a good plan?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Do it.
All right. When we get to the first alley, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then we're all just gonna split up. I'm gonna go into the alley and immediately change my appearance to a halfling if I can get away with it, and use my spell, the disguise self, to change my clothing to look
Okay.
like a halfling.
You
Okay.
can't change it. You can't change your size category. With
Okay,
Aren't
well, then I'll just change
halflings
our
still
human then.
medium? Aren't halflings still medium?
they're small.
They are small? Okay.
Yeah, halflings are small. I mean, technically, goblins are small, but they're tall. They can be tall. So, like, I'm staying in the medium height range and hunching like crazy when I'm Kraz.
Yeah. So when I duck into the
I'm-
alleyway, I'm gonna change my appearance to look like a beggar, like a street beggar, and then use disguise self to change my clothing to look similar to what a beggar would wear.
You should probably invest in Glamour Weave.
Yeah, I didn't
I
think I
know.
need it with disguise self.
I know, but I don't know if Disguise Self is at will.
I don't know.
Okay.
But, yeah.
An
Okay.
action, right?
So you guys are all splitting, right? All three?
Yeah, we're gonna split up.
Okay.
Party.
So, but you're heading back. Is that correct, Reggie?
Yeah, we're heading to the. Yes, exactly. That's where we're heading to. Well, I'm gonna hide out while they head back,
Okay.
and that way I can see what the hell's going on.
Okay. All right. So, Aragnis and Derogate, you split. You guys each take a different direction, and you start heading back, like kind of a roundabout way, where you came. At this point, I would say that also Kraz and Jordan, you're now heading back. You've got the note, but Kraz, you clearly have something to do. So my question to you is, are you going to do that right away,
Yes.
or are you going to rendezvous with the party first? Okay.
do that right
So
away?
you head off towards the market.
hmm On my way,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to scope out someone that looks fairly clean and proper and human, but not like a public figure or anything like that. I need to become Lord Ermenard, so I need a good face to mimic.
Okay. So you're just kind of looking around for someone.
Yeah, and then find a place to find a public privy or something, like an inn that has a privy outside that I'll just go into, hopefully unnoticed, and then change my glamour weave to my fancy clothes.
Yeah, I would say that you would probably be able to find like a public restroom pretty easily, especially where you are. So, do you have some kind of a signal for Jordan?
I will. I probably don't know where he is, but I'm making the assumption that he's still following and watching me. So when I go into the privy and then someone else comes out, I'm making the assumption that his eyes are on me and knows. But if not, he knows where the rendezvous point is. That's it.
Okay.
That's what's going on in my mind. I'm not going to be obvious. He knows his job. This is mine.
Okay. So I'm gonna say you head in. You make your change. You take appropriate.
I was gonna say I can
amount
screw
of
this
time.
up. What can I roll?
No, as you walk out, you would have the option, because you know where Jordan is, to signal him, right? You could like point in his direction or some type of signal, and he would know, okay, we're back on. He's on the move again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So if he's watching, he'd know it's me. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I would
do
like both of you to roll perceptions again.
How'd I do?
Exceptional. Okay, so Jordan, you clearly see that it is Kraz, and you guys head back on the road. Regic, you make your way, or you kind of snuggle into a cozy looking, reasonable spot for maybe some type of a bum to hang out. And sure enough, after a little while, you see the cloaked figure enter and glance around, and they almost like stop. Whoever it is, they're not overly good. You can tell that right away. They're very furtive as they glance around. Their hands, and they look small.
Like Trump's hands.
They're clasped.
Sorry.
They're clasped and almost ringing, and they start looking back and forth, and they even look back the way they came, and that they're just very
Alright.
surprised.
So, in this particular alleyway, are we alone, me and her?
No.
All right.
There's traffic as well as people. It's less of an alleyway, more of like a backstreet market, kind of like what you see on the picture there. It is a warren of markets and people gathered, trading, discussing. There's street vendors with carts and things like that. It's not super busy. It's certainly nowhere near as busy as the market square when you guys entered.
Okay. If this person turns around, I want to sidle up real close if I can, and my goal is to put a dagger to her back under her robe so no one can see us. And I'm going to say, I'm not going to hurt you, but I will if I have to.
Okay. They're quite a distance from you.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yeah, they're not super close. So they're probably about 30, 40 feet.
Well, when they decide to leave, I'm going to follow her, and that'll be my plan.
Yeah, they do walk in the direction, actually, that Derogate took. As the streets split, so they end up following the direction that Derogate took, right, for whatever reason. That's just the way they picked, and you are able to kind of get up, and you're able to follow them. I would ask you to roll a stealth.
All right.
Simply to avoid detection from this person, as it is an opposed roll. Okay.
Can I? I'm not really happy with that roll.
Okay.
Use your.
Can I use my inspiration?
Yeah. Yep. You absolutely
All right.
can.
I'm going to use it and try to get another one. Oh, it's even worse. Keep the first roll.
Yeah, it gives you advantage, so you take the highest. It's not a keep. So
Okay.
make sure you mark your inspiration as used.
Yep.
So you'll go with the 13. You continue to follow the person, and they don't seem to notice you. They're not looking over their shoulder, and they're just kind of walking slowly. And how long do you want to follow them for?
I'm going.
Are you going to try
pretty,
and close the distance?
Yeah, I'm closing it. I'm going pretty brusquely.
Okay.
I want to get a hold of this person.
Roll another stealth. Okay. You managed to close the distance, and you can actually get pretty close to them. If you want, I would say it's still somewhat crowded, but I'll give you advantage on a sleight of hand since you've walked up close to them if you want to draw a dagger and put it behind. So I'll give you advantage on sleight of hand.
Okay.
Because you're using the body of the cloaked individual to hide your movements.
Well, how do I do advantage?
So you just roll sleight of hand,
Okay.
and then you see the plus sign next to the 7?
Uh-huh.
Just click the plus sign. There you go. So plus 16, or 16. Okay. Let me see. Oops. I don't need to roll that many. All right. So the person in front of you freezes almost immediately. And you kind of stop with them, and someone walking by gives you a very curious glance, looks alarmed, and then hurries away.
I'm gonna say
So
keep walking now. Keep moving.
Okay.
Act cool.
The figure nods and begins to walk with you behind them.
I'm gonna say, who are you? And under my low enough, so people can't hear us. Who are you? And who do you work for?
A feminine voice says to you, "I'm no one. I'm just passing through.
I'm gonna
Please,
push the dagger
I
a
don't-
little deeper
I
and be
don't
like,
have any money.
I'm not here to rob you. I don't know who you are, who you work for, and why you're following us.
I thought I saw an old friend. Please, I'm
gonna say-
sorry."
I'm gonna say, be cool. Just keep walking. I'm not gonna hurt you unless I have to. I need you to calm down. I need you to talk to me. I'm gonna put the dagger away, okay? As a sign of good faith. I'm gonna pocket my dagger. I'm gonna say, now keep walking. Don't make eye contact with me. Just tell me who you are and who you're looking for.
I just thought I saw someone I knew.
Who?
I promise. She just kind of, very, very slightly shakes her head.
I'm gonna say, I can still hurt you. Then I need you to tell me what you're doing. Do you want me to roll intimidate or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh. My rolls suck tonight. Holy crap. I got a fucking +6 to intimidate.
A little rough. Let me see. All right. Okay. So if it's who wins if it's a tie for intimidate and insight?
Whoever's trained, and I'm trained to
Yeah.
intimidate.
Yeah. Sounds pretty good. I'm gonna say the attacker wins the okay. She just like you can see the head just kind of nod. The hooded head just kind of nod. And she says to you, please, I understand, but I just thought it was a friend.
I'm going to say, listen, I could possibly help you. I need you to talk to me. Otherwise, this is going to end badly for both of us. You need to talk to me. Who is this friend you're looking for?
I doubt that you would know them. They're not from here.
Then why were you following us?
She kind of stops and turns to kind of look at you.
And that's what, at that moment, I'm going to change my shape into Hadim.
So, okay. So, what about your clothes?
I'm not going to change that. That's going to cause me to cast a spell, and I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep the bums closed, but at least my face will change to Hadim's and my thickness.
Okay.
With two C's.
She turns to you, but the hood is still down, mostly covering her face, and she just kind of looks at you, and you can kind of see bits of her face. She's definitely a young woman. You can't tell hair. She looks very frightened, and there's not really any recognition whatsoever when she looks at you.
All right, at this point, I'm just going to say, all right, you're coming with me. Don't make a fuss. We're not going to hurt you, but I need information out of you, and if you're not willing to give it, I'm going to have to get out of you some way. And at that point, I'm going to grab her by her arm and kind of lead her towards the meeting spot.
Roll me an initiative.
Okay, where the fuck is initiative?
If you go to your character sheet, it is right next to your armor class, I and I.
Okay, I see it. It says there's no active combat encounter.
Well, it's a 1d20 plus 1. So go ahead and just roll a 1d20 plus 2. Sorry, for you it's plus 2.
I did 2d20, damn it.
Oh, it looks like I was able to roll for you.
Special
But
powers.
okay, you
have
did
no
2d20. Do a 1d20 plus 2. So if you hit the d20 down in the dice tray, you
Yeah, I
can
tried that.
go
It's
to the
D12.
in. You can just go to the in and type plus 2. So you can just do /r 1d20 plus 2.
Is there a space?
Yeah, just
There's
like
a
I
space
did without
between
the
the
period.
R. Yep, there you go. Matt's got it for you. Okay.
Hey-o.
Okay. Before you can reach for her, she bolts. And she doesn't yell, she just bolts and starts running away from you at like double her speed.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use my sorcerer points to get back a suggestion spell and cast it on her.
Does that have a component, or can you link that spell? Actually, I'm in your character sheet. Hold on. Suggestion. That's a level 2, buddy. You don't have any level 2 slots.
I know I was using my sorcerer points to unlock it.
Okay. So that it'll take what, 2 sorcerer points?
Yep.
I'm gonna link that. Okay. So that is both verbal and material. So you will have to cast a spell that is audible.
Yep.
And you're already starting to get odd looks.
You do have subtle spell too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That would.
That takes a point.
Yeah. So in a encounter, are sorcery points a bonus action or no?
I think
they
they're
are
bonus action.
one action. They're an action.
The
So
the exchange
only
he did
Well,
was a bonus action.
to
It
get a
says
spell
that-
back.
Metamagic's a special action, whatever that is.
Okay.
So do
One
the
special.
exchange for the 2 points for the slot. I think that's a bonus action, but to actually use his meta magic to do something, I don't think it's anything.
Yeah, it says
Okay.
convert sorcery points as bonus action. Metamagic is one special. I don't know what that means. And the
It's not-
metamagic would be subtle spell.
Okay.
You use a resource to use it.
Okay. So you can convert 2, so get rid of 2 for that, and then 1 for the subtle spell.
Yep.
And then you would be able to cast suggestion.
With no verbal or somatic components.
It would still require the material, but yeah, there is no somatic component, so it's just a word, like spoken, and you could cast it subtly without the verbal component.
Hmm.
Okay, and then it is a will save versus what is the DC?
Hold on, I'll put it in this. I don't know how to link it in the chat. The DC is wisdom saving throw on a hold on.
I'm assuming it is 15.
Yeah, I don't know how because I can't like without the frickin' toolbar. It's really hard for me to figure out.
Here, I'm just gonna cast it. Oh, it is 14. It is 14. Okay.
If you just
Yeah.
drag-
Oh, you're right because I thought you had 20 charisma.
If you drag his
Okay.
token onto the map, he can use the toolbar.
Yeah. But we got it. So, DC 14, you cast your spell. And she continues to run.
Ugh.
That whore. All right. Well, if that's the case, then I'm going to shape change back, and I'm going to find a corner, like an alley, shape change back.
There's
And-
definitely a lot of people like looking at you.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to go into an alley and try to like shake them, like the looks, and shape change back into the bum, and then work my way back to the meeting place.
Oh my god! I just saw Matt's face in
God damn it!
the camera.
I fucking failed all my rolls tonight.
You
Okay,
get used to your skills though.
that was really good. She just hit the save DC,
Ugh.
so she rolled a 14. Oh, I thought it was a 15, so I was like, oh, no, she did not make it, but okay. So, she runs off. You guys meet back to Jordan and Kraz. All right. So you guys make your way into the market district.
Okay. To the
And to the trade district. And you start making your way towards the okay,
Golgard
I did
Trading
activate.
Company.
Yep. So you start looking around, and you see a building that has the name, and waiting outside is someone just leaning against the side of the building, a little ways down from the door. Oh my god, you put a freaking picture. Oh man, that's hilarious. Okay, so that's what you look like, roughly?
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
That is.
As you're approaching, the gentleman looks up. This guy is wearing a not a bad suit, but it's a nice. It's a little worn suit, and he has the collar and the like first two buttons of his shirt are undone, but he has this like slightly sweat stained like ascot, kind of knotted and tied in place of like a tie, but it's seen better days, the whole thing. And as you approach, he nods to you and he says, Lord Ermenard.
Yes, that's me. Are you a proprietor here at this trading company?
Indeed I am, sir. We've been waiting for you. Sorry.
I demand immediate attention and my goods that I was swindled from by your trading company. This is the worst experience I have had with any of these shops in weeks.
You're absolutely right, sir. It is just a travesty. Please come with me, and we will set all to right. Right this way. And he leads you.
I look him up and down and like, adjust my cuffs and dust off a little bit and follow him in a very haughty way.
Okay. He leads you straight on past the doors. You don't even go into the trading company. And he says, right around the corner here, we've got everything waiting for you, plus plenty of lads to carry it for you. Right this way. And he's shooing like urchins out of the way, kids, things like that. You guys kind of make your way back further into the bazaar until you turn into like a little bit of a like smaller venue. There's still street carts. There's still, but the avenues are much smaller. You're not going to see any of the larger beasts or carriages coming down this side street. And as you guys kind of walk, he kind of slows down and just kind of slides right next to you and assumes a very nonchalant stroll. Whereas before he was kind of leading you and, being a little bit obsequious as he was, constantly reassuring you. And now he's sidled into more of a, something of equals, if you will. And he just turns to you, and says quietly, I understand that you're looking for help. Or that I understand you have need of assistance.
I do. And what can you give me?
I was told to put all of our resources at your disposal.
And rightly so. I think you have sorry, hold on, I have to cough.
Yeah.
I'm in need of some discreet lodgings. Not for myself, but for some friends.
Now's the time for discretion. Whole fucking cities on lockdown.
A travesty. A travesty.
Indeed.
Your poor business. If things go right, perhaps that will change soon.
Oh, business is good for us, let me tell you. Uncertain times as these, people forced to stay instead of coming and going, business is good. However, might I ask a few questions?
You could ask whatever you want.
And he waits a few beats as you guys kind of continue to stroll, and occasionally he'll stop and act like he's browsing, and he does that for one, and kind of jokes with a pretty woman selling something out of her cart, and he laughs and he flips her a coin and waves as you guys continue on, and he turns to you and he says, there are certain individuals who are difficult to hide in the current circumstances. We need to know, how well do you and your friends or the others need to hide?
Quite.
You must see this. Oh, go ahead.
My friends are not exactly discreet themselves. Quite noticeable.
Indeed. Please, wait here. Chandra has the best meat pies. I shall return in just a moment's time. And he leaves you at this vendor who's just hacking up, like, chop, 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 chop. It looks like some type of maybe beef. It's definitely dark and red, and it's being sautéed with like onions and peppers. It looks pretty spicy. It smells amazing.
Do I smell rosemary?
Of course you do. No, and so he leaves you there. Jordan, I don't know if you're back. Yes, you are. I see you. Yay! And a baby. Oh. You kind of watch this exchange, and you've been following it a discrete distance and pretty far back because Kraz isn't trying to lose you, and so you've managed to keep your distance. Kraz is now stopped at a vendor, and the guy in the somewhat worn suit has walked across the street and entered a building. Give me another perception roll. as Matt dies.
I didn't see it happen.
All right. Let me see your roll there, sir.
Actually,
Okay.
it's getting later. I could use my inspiration and go for double or nothing.
I mean, that's up to you.
Yeah,
Just hit the plus sign if you want to roll with
You know,
advantage.
this might be the most interesting roll I make all game.
So if you go down to the 9, just hit the plus sign just to the right of your 9, and you can use your inspiration.
Oh,
You're gonna keep that 9.
Oh,
enough.
man, that's great.
Oh, man. That's 2 for 2 on the inspiration, rolling lower. Okay, make sure you mark off your inspiration.
Deducted.
Okay.
You're better without it.
All right. A little while later, the gentleman returns and he gives you a scrap of paper. Well, he's holding something, and he asks you, "Do you have any preference of location, and how many would there be?"
Perhaps closer to the docks, and 3.
He kind of shuffles a couple sheets, like they're small little scraps of paper, and he's kind of looking through them. Did you have something else you want to add?
No.
Okay. All right. He finally settles on one. He folds it twice. So he folds it in half, folds it in half again. He slips it to you, and he says, in a louder voice, less quiet. Yes, and all of your goods will be here. You can pick them up. Just send your men along, and this is, again, our sincere apologies for this mistake. I do hope that you will use our company again, and just so you know, we have thrown in a few items that we feel may be of use to you in your particular circumstances while you wait for your means of travel, no doubt, with the rest of us.
Righto. So, I suppose you want your payment now?
On the house.
I would not soil my good name and not pay a proprietor. So, for your efforts and your quick attention, just a trifle. And I rifle through my pocket and I take all my small coins and put them in a bag along with 10 gold. So,
hand a pouch over.
yeah. So it's 10 gold and 8 silver, so not much.
Okay. Hey, 10 gold, that's great. And
I whisper, for the discretion.
He bows deeply and he says, "You are too kind, sir. Too kind. Again, thank you for shopping. Thank you for using our services, and all the best for your future endeavors."
If everything does make it to its final destination, I will say a kind word or two to my fellows. Farewell, sir.
Farewell. And he strolls on down away from you, and you are left in the alleyway. Where are you headed next? And go ahead and roll a perception first.
First, I need a meat pie.
Grab your meat pie.
All right, perception.
Yes.
This time it's going to be amazing.
Ooh.
Well.
It's better than mine.
I was gonna say it's like the best roll all night.
That pretty much is the best roll all night for you guys. You see that there is a group of men who are kind of eyeballing you, and one of them has like a wicker backpack on it, like a basket, like a real like, but you what caught your attention was movement inside the basket.
It's a measle.
I make direct eye contact with the one with the basket, and
Okay.
and I just let them know that I see them, and that I see that they see me, and I nod a little nod, and then I will turn tail and walk away.
Okay. You go ahead.
Taking the an appropriate corner here and there to hopefully catch their eye or catch their vision, to catch sight of them is what I mean. Though I know that might not be possible.
Okay. Jordan, when make a deception roll, Jordan.
Perception or deception?
Deception.
There it is.
There it is.
Heyo.
Okay. You as you see Kraz looking, hold on one second. All right. So as Kraz makes note, oh, hold on. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Was baby saying goodnight?
He's sweet.
All right. As Kraz nods towards the group, you are able to kind of subtly use a stall that has like mirrors and mark every single one that's within the group. And as soon as Kraz like kind of nods at them and walks away, they exchange like looks and they start arguing immediately. And they're like they're like in kind of like a heated furious argument. What are you gonna do?
Get closer and listen.
You wanna try and get closer?
Yeah. Snoop.
Yeah. Give me a stealth roll, just to kind of make your way closer. And honestly, you could probably roll deception or stealth. I feel like deception would probably be a
deception's
better
a little bit better, and I'm feeling lucky with it.
Yeah.
So
Hello.
you're just kind of deceiving, right? You're making your way. You're keeping interested in your like what stalls are happening,
Neat eyes.
and you get just a little bit closer, and you make out he's not the one. Don't you see? There's no book. A weird voice comes out. Leave him. And with that, they kind of turn and
They
head
break
out.
off from where Matt is.
Yeah, they're going
Is
the
that what's
opposite direction.
happening?
Yeah, but at this point, you've now lost sight of Kraz.
That's okay. I know where we're going to eventually.
Okay, so what are you
I'm
going to
gonna
do?
stay with these guys.
All right. Okay. Kraz, you do your maneuvers and you quickly see they're not following you at all.
Okay.
All right. So what are you going to do?
I'm going to make my way to another public privy of sorts.
Okay.
Shift into Gorlag and look at the note that I have and the thing that he
Okay.
gave me before I come out.
All right. What do you mean the thing that he gave you? He just gave you a note.
I thought you said he gave you a note and he had a... I thought it was more than a note.
He said your goods are waiting, and he left you something there
Oh, okay.
that will
okay.
be beneficial in your present circumstances.
All right.
Okay.
So the note.
So you read the note. The note basically gives you an address. And it looks like it's a little shop. And it just says to ask for Megra.
I'm gonna stay, Lord Erminard. Actually.
Okay? Erminard.
Well. Yeah, I'm gonna stay Lord Erminard.
Okay. All right. So you're going to make your way back. Regic, you join back up with the rest of them after the young woman fled. You guys end up getting back. I'm going to say everyone else makes it back okay to the little area that you guys have set up as kind of a temporary headquarters. And then, unless you guys have anything at some point soon, probably within the next 25 minutes, Kraz should join you as well. Does anyone have anything they want to do in that time?
Yeah, I'll wait till everybody's back and I'll tell about the girl.
Okay. All right, so you bring them up to speed. Kraz, you rejoin the group. Noticeably without Jordan.
Before I do, was there anything else anyone else wanted to do? Just so I don't
Oh, true.
jump in too fast.
I know Regic said no, but Derek.
No,
Rich,
not really.
if you guys want, you guys can absolutely grab food. You know, if you want to drop a couple silver or something, grab
Yeah.
some.
I think that's a
Street
good
food.
idea. Get some
Walk
food
around.
and
Yeah.
wander
Yeah,
the
that sounds
bazaar.
good.
And if there's any mundane items you guys want to buy, you would have plenty of time to do it.
Yeah, I want to stock up on my components.
Yep.
I want to buy another piece of charcoal
Yeah,
for
just
my book.
look through the PHP, and there's enough little shops around here that you could spend half hour, 45 minutes easy shopping. Just deduct the goal. If you need me to give you the item, though, just let me know what you want, and I'll put it on your character.
Yeah, I have no idea how to do that.
Yeah, I just realized that.
Yeah, I want some plate armor.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I just want like a sketchbook, a piece of chalk for writing, and my components for my spells.
Okay. So yeah, chalk is like 1 copper.
Let's just round up to a gold, make it easier on myself.
Yep. And then what else did you want?
I just wanted a piece of chalk or coal for writing, and a book, and my components for my spells. I just want another fresh.
A book.
Yeah, because I like to catalog what's going on in my
Okay.
in like a journal, and I like to draw. So
Journalist.
All right, I will find a journal.
I've been using my spell book for my journal right now, but I'd rather have like a separate just for.
Do you even have a spell book as a sorcerer?
I assume I do.
I don't think you do.
No, it's innate casting. I
Yeah.
thought.
All right. Well, then I had a book regardless.
Okay. All right. I will say you have you're able to grab a book. Yeah, just deduct a gold, and you'll be fine.
I did
Derogate or Arachnus, any mundane items you guys are looking for?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, but I'm always interested in
Browse. You got some money.
good quality armaments, swords or armor.
Well, soon
not-
enough, you guys are going to be coming into the money. I know nothing's sold just yet, but
Well,
No.
while I'm buying, I'm not gonna I don't want to role play this out, but I want to just keep an ear on the city. I want to feel how people are reacting to the embargo. I want to any rumors that are going around. I just want to get a feel of how the city is breathing.
it's not doing well as a whole.
And the
There's a
theories,
lot of unrest.
what are the theories on why the people
Um,
think that this is happening?
A lot of rumors flying around. The most prevalent rumor is that a necromancer is loose in the city. Some evil, real evil, is loose, and there's
wow.
talk of undead people being snatched. Then there's some other ones. There's rumors that the King of Breland is visiting, weird stuff.
Oh, the kings are okay.
There's even rumors that there's been something happening in the Mournlands, people returning.
Ooh. I'm gonna write all that down in my journal.
There's a lot of crazy stuff, and there's some stuff that kind of hits close to home. Wanted criminals, terrorists, people on the loose. So that's something that, a little closer to the truth, maybe.
All right, so that's all I wanted to do.
All right, Kraz. You make it back,
Mm-hmm.
and you are still in Ermagerd.
Erminard, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Lord Erminard.
Okay. But you would probably recognize the group even if they didn't recognize you.
Oh yeah.
All right. So you have an address with a place to stay, and at this point, it's getting somewhat close to evening time, where you guys are going to want to meet, or supposedly those people were being sent to you.
Is the meeting spot that we had is secluded? Of course,
Somewhat.
somewhat.
It's in an alley somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. I walk up. I'm like, "Oh my good sirs, may I ask you a question?"
Are you talking to us?
I lean in and I say, "What are you fuckers up to?" In my
God damn it, Kraz.
I've got a place to stay for all of you.
Excellent.
The address is here.
I'll say,
We need
where's
to get out of the
Jordan?
streets as soon as possible.
Jordan, hopefully he'll be back soon. He was trailing me, as was the plan, but I seem to have lost him when I ate my pies.
And I'll say, well,
Are you going to tell them about the people you saw, Matt?
Yeah, give me time.
Okay, well, I'm just going to say, that's when you lost Jordan.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I mean, I know of, because he spotted all of them with the mirror, right? So I know who's in the group. Is that what you said, Nate?
Yeah, but I don't know that you would know that.
No, I thought you said he marked them with a mirror. I thought you were indicating that he was showing me who's in the group.
No. Sorry.
Oh, okay. All right, I misunderstood.
When I said that, Jordan made mental note of them.
Mm-hmm.
Who was in their group, but you
Oh,
had
okay.
already started walking away.
All right. Yeah, I lost him when I was picking up my drop, but I was trailed. Just so you
You
know.
were trailed as well?
As well, you were trailed.
We were trailed by a woman. I came up behind her, asked her who she was. She wouldn't answer my questions. She actually got away from me. All she would say is that she thought she recognized one of her friends. And she seemed highly frightened. But you were being followed as well?
There was a man with a wicker bag, a backpack with. There was something inside of it, but I imagine that's where Jordan went, but I don't know for sure.
Have any of you guys encountered anything like this? Like the wicker basket?
We saw a pot with some movement earlier when we entered the city for the first time.
You did.
Yeah, from what they're describing, Aragnis, it is very reminiscent of what you guys saw on your way into the city.
I believe I got the best look at it. And
What
I
was it in the
believe
basket?
I believe it was one of those creatures that we fought in the desert outside the city.
Well, that would be inconvenient.
I'm going to say, Derogate, do you happen to know of a young woman who could possibly be looking for you?
Not anyone that I remember who I know would be anywhere near here looking for me.
How about a large man with a basket?
Well, I
I'm
pull out
waiting on the package.
I pull out the drawing that the measles had of the book, the crew drawing. I'm going to say, we know why they're here. They're here for that book.
Mm.
Mhm.
I'm going to say I'm very, very nervous here, guys. I do not feel safe in this city. Apparently, we have groups of men with measles looking for us. We have a woman who's following us. We have another servitor group looking for us. This is probably the most dangerous place on this entire planet that we are in right now.
We could be thoroughly fucked.
Can we trust this location you've procured?
I trust it. Well, yes, I paid a pretty penny, and a contact that I knew and know set it up, so I am fairly confident. However, I mean, people in my previous line of business can be swayed by coin pretty easily, but I feel fairly confident. I mean, it's better than a warehouse.
It's better than anything we have to go on right now.
I do have supplies being delivered to that location, and a little. I have no idea what these supplies are, but perhaps something in there will help us, or at least give us a hint on what our next course of action should be.
Sounds promising.
I believe
So-
it would behoove me to go with you to that location and receive the drop in my official capacity before I return to the place that Morag set up for us.
I
I'm gonna
agree.
say, regardless, Aragnis and Derogate, you really, really need to hide your faces.
You need to be fucking invisible.
Whatever you do, you need to be invisible. We're in a world of shit right now, and we have to get out of this city as quickly as possible.
Are the sewers still an option?
Well,
I think we
Not
should.
for me.
here's the problem. Well, I suppose you can sleep wherever you want, but there isn't just shit floating around in the sewers of any substantial city, as you probably are well aware.
Mm-hmm.
There's eyes down there, and nary a place to hide. without sitting in shit or sitting underwater.
I think for now, the safe house is the best bet because we are still nobody knows who we are yet. But I think any moment now, this thing's gonna blow up, and we're gonna need to escape real fast.
Well, then we should move there quickly.
I agree.
I agree as well. It is getting late. We should not move as a group, as a single group. I think staying separated has worked well for us so far. If they're looking for a group of 5, well, then let's not give them a group of 5.
I agree. I think splitting up is the best bet because if we're being followed, it's a good idea to not all be together. And I think we should. I'm gonna look at the address that Kraz gave, and can we put little? I would suggest we put little markers on a wall with an etching somewhere, so when Jordan comes back, he can follow the etchings.
Use your charcoal.
Yeah, so let's say I do a down and a right, and then he goes down and a right, and hopefully he'll be able to figure out to look at another alleyway somewhere and see a right and a left. You know what I mean? Just leave a breadcrumb trail of exactly where you're going so he can follow.
Yeah, it's either that or I just wait until the measles find you.
Or that. Or you follow the trail of blood.
Right as you guys are getting ready to split up and head out, Jordan walks up.
Oh.
Now, while all that was happening, Jordan, the 3 men who were arguing, one with the wicker basket, they left. They went in the opposite direction of Kraz, and then 2 went one way, and the guy with the basket went another. Who do you want to follow?
I go with the basket.
Go in with the basket. So the basket makes its way, and you keep your distance. But go ahead and roll me a stealth, just to kind of make
Stealth
your
or more
way.
deception?
This time I'm going to go stealth.
Very good.
Because you're trying to stay out of sight. All right. So you're just kind of staying out of sight, but still keeping an eye on the individual. And they go well out of the business district, and they're actually heading back towards the docks, but they end up stopping and braking and meeting at a nondescript. It's not a huge warehouse, but it's definitely some businesses storage. It's active. People are going in and out. And the guy with the basket hands the basket off to someone who then takes it inside. And he ends up speaking at length to an individual outside.
It speaks, or the outside guy speaks?
No, the 2 guys. The basket was handed, the basket went inside. Done. And the 2 guys, the guy that was carrying the basket, I mean, it would be, you wouldn't be able to hide. You could mark the location, you could mark, but there's definitely some distinctive features about the guy that the former owner of the basket is talking to. You see a livid scar down, coming from through the forehead, but down across the eye. So it almost makes a salute shape, right? It just kind of starts at his forehead and then gouges down across his eye. The eye is completely white, clouded, and he's got a full beard, but it is trimmed, and his hair is long and lanky, greasy. But he is wearing robes, and he has some type of like large amulet around his neck, but it's too far away to make it out. And as they talk, the guy with the scar puts his hand on the basket carrier, puts his hand on his shoulder, and they're speaking back and forth. Mostly the scarred man is talking, and finally the basket carrier nods, goes inside, and the scarred man follows him in.
Is there possibly like a rooftop high-level window or something that I could sneak a peek?
There's nothing on that. There's nothing like.
It's not like fire escape on the adjacent
right.
building or anything.
Yeah,
like that.
there's not like multi-story buildings on like the other side or anything like that. And you would know, like, too much hanging out in one place is going to get you noticed, because it is a pretty busy street, but there's not a lot to do.
Cool.
Most everyone is just like passing through this area.
Very good. Does it have street? I mean, is it a big building? Is it like on a street corner, or is it in between other buildings? There's like little alleys down the building.
Yeah, it's on a street, and the street's wide enough to have like carts and animals, carrying through. But it is not. It's not a massive thoroughfare, and it's like the main street. It's a side street off of the main street back to the docks.
So, like, can I cut through next to the building or anything like that, and like make a like a beeline around through the docks and things?
Yeah, like if you wanted to head back towards the docks. Or
yeah, I kind of want to like go past the building, or like through.
It's on the opposite. Space. It's on the opposite side of the docks, but you're already heading. So like where you're at, the docks are over here. Okay, yep. And you're heading this way. The building's over here, but okay. You could easily, do.
Yeah, I want to kind of make a circuitous route around the building and get additional vantage points.
Roll me one more stealth.
And I want to be particularly careful looking for people that might be like positioned lookouts or guards for the building. It's really what I'm looking to see is trying to measure the strength of force the building might have. And a stealth.
Ooh.
Nice roll.
All right, so you kind of walk on by, but you purposely go like you're walking. You're not hesitant, and you just kind of cut in like you're just turning, right? And you walk by the side closest to the door that they went into, and on this side you see like. Almost like loading bays, right? There are bigger doors and gates that can open to load carts and things like that, wagons, and all of them are closed except for one, which is currently being shut. But it's
in the process of being closed.
Yeah, and you're on the lookout for that, but you're also being very unnoticeable. Or unnoticed, and you manage to see inside. You catch a glimpse of one of those creatures,
Weasel,
and it looks like there's more than one, but some of them are just shapes. So it looks like there's a lot of individuals and not a lot of like shipping going on.
Could I get a count?
You saw about 5 different individuals. One of them was definitely a measle. Not sure on the other that could have been, but it was too far back in the shadows. It could have been anything. And so then, as you walk on by, you do notice that there are two guys out back, and inside that dock area, it's a gate, right? So there's a big sliding gate to close the loading bays off, and then around the back, there's another door, and there are two rough-looking guys on the back, smoking what look like, pretty big pipes, as well as playing some card game, and they just kind of like glance at you multiple times as you pass by, and so you kind of make them out. It doesn't look like there's like a second story. It's a tall building, but it doesn't look like there's a second story.
Like a barn or something.
Yeah.
What's the building made of? What is it structurally?
Like stucco.
Okay, so it's wood.
Yeah, covered with like plaster.
It could catch fire.
Maybe. I mean, the stucco it's almost like mud/stone, so it's hard to burn that. They're
What's
actually
the roof
pretty
made out of?
Tile.
Okay.
I mean, there is wood, but it's
You have to work at it.
yeah.
It's not gonna accidentally catch fire.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I've seen what
So
I.
you just kind of loop around. And you do a little bit long circuit. You kind of not quite right next to it, but you manage to take the next alleyway over and end up getting another peek at the other side. So there's no loading on the other side. There is a couple of high windows, but no door on that side. So other than the main front door, there's a side door, and then the gated loading bay.
Could I make it up to one of those windows without being seen, or are there too many people around?
It would be difficult.
Difficult
it's
not to be seen, or
probably-
difficult to get up to?
Difficult to get up to. You're climbing like a flush wall with nothing around to kind of lean off of or scramble up.
It's not like an adjacent building, and I can like Jackie
Not
Chan
close
off the
enough.
walls or
No,
anything.
Not close enough.
Well, okay.
With a ladder, you could get into the window. With someone boosting you, you might be able to see, but it's a good 10 feet off the ground.
All right. Based on that, I'm just kind of take my notes and leave.
Okay.
And I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna be very careful as I leave to see if anybody follows me.
Okay. So you're very cautious as you go back. You make lots of stops to check, some detours and things like that, and you kind of keep an eye on whoever might be following you. And so far, you didn't see anything. And then you kind of stroll up as your party is getting ready to split. At this point, I'd like to take just a quick break, and then we'll meet back in say 8 minutes, if that's cool with everyone.
Nope,
Yeah.
not okay.
Cool with everyone except for Matt.
Yes.
Works for me.
All
Always
right,
gotta
you're
take a
back.
shit in somebody's
Alright.
Cheerios.
Boy, I think we are fucked.
What is going on? Holy shit.
Yeah, you alright, brother?
Well, I mean, in the game.
Oh yeah.
In the game, we're not all right.
No, we're fucked.
So
I'm really nervous about splitting up, to be honest.
yeah, me too. But I don't think there's a safe way to be together to get to the house. We're just gonna split up to get there, briefly. So here's what I want to do. Here's what I'd like to do. I have the ability to cast Invisible. I think if Derogate is up for it, since he's something that the measles out. So if that was a measle in the basket, because we don't collectively know that that's the case. If that was a measle in the basket, and measles were hunting Darragate before, I think before we leave our little alleyway, cast invisibility on him, make our way to the safe house, so at least he's not visible.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Minimize this possibility.
Yeah.
I think that if we don't resolve this situation by tomorrow, we need to get out of the city. We cannot stay here for very long.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know what Morag's contact is going to ask for help with, but if it's not like fully aligned with our departure, I'm worried. I mean,
Yeah.
I really wish we could stay and help with the necromancer problem, because that feels important, but that's not happening.
Well,
I mean, he does.
there's always a chance we
Morag-
could stage a necromancer attack.
That's interesting.
Try to kind of get the town guards looking one way, and the rest of us go the other.
Well, we should keep that in our back pocket. I need to make note that that's something that we overheard.
There's also a visiting king.
Yeah.
There's potential if the king is leaving, we could always disguise up and leave with his entourage.
So, what did Morag take? He took the idol.
He took one idol, but the problem with the idol is the one I'm worried about the most is the fact that we individually are worth more in gold than that one idol is.
No, totally. Yeah.
So if he figures out who we are, we're fed to the lions.
Yeah. He also took Lorwanak's ring, and that was going to be the thing that hopefully that's the thing that so the idol was super important, clearly, but whenever Regic handed over, or Hadim handed over Lorwanak's ring, that's when something's like, okay, we have a conversation with the servitors now.
Right.
So
We are about to get interrogated.
well, we don't have a conversation with them, right? Or it's just
Well, we might if
Oh, right.
if the
We were-
if the servitors, if Morag tells them where he, I'm hoping he has discretion. But if he tells them who gave him that fucking thing, they're gonna come knocking for us. But luckily, it's
But
only
he-
the two of us. As far as I know, it's only you and I.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
but
We can
the
hide.
chances of you, I don't know, you not giving away yourselves by another servitor cell, it's going to be very hard.
It'll be
Well-
hard. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be difficult, but I think the two of
Very
us are the most
difficult.
qualified to do it because we can change our shape and our appearance.
What we need to figure out is how to get Aragnis disguised. Because he's like a walking look at me magnet.
Yeah, we should buy him a beautiful dress.
Look at me, I'm fancy and armored.
Well, I took my armor off, so
Okay, is that in the bag of holding? Yeah, I guess it would have to
I guess it would have to be, yeah.
be. Yeah.
So I'm appearing to be as regular as can be.
I honestly if I could make a choice here, I would just pay off a boat captain and get us the hell out of run the blockade, get the hell out of here, out of this friggin' town. Assuming that
When you say boat captain, are you talking like sea vessel or airship?
a sea vessel. I don't want to. I want nothing to do with the 12 right now. If we have to deal with a pilot who has to report to one of the houses, that's just bad news.
But yeah, I think the problem with that is that airships can probably move faster than sea ships.
Oh, I agree, 100%.
And we actually have to travel to get to the ocean, right? Like we're days away from getting there. So running a blockade to It's
All I'm saying,
yeah.
my skin is crawling at this point, and
Mm-hmm.
we need to get out of here as soon as possible. Is radar is popping off.
I think we'll split.
Everybody's coming to get ya.
We see what the safe house brings. Nate, here's what. Actually, Richard, are you back? Not yet. Okay.
His mic's off.
What I'd like to
Oh
do,
yeah, he's muted.
if Derogate is up for it, is in our travel back or to the safe house, I want to cast invisibility on him, just so it's because we know the measles were looking for him. We don't know if that was a measle in the basket yet because we haven't talked to Jordan, but we know that the measles were looking for him outside the gates. So now that we have our safe house and a direction and a goal, it'll probably take us less than an hour to get there, I hope. But casting invisibility on him to minimize his ability to be seen.
All right, looks like Carp is back.
Oh,
At this point, we do suspect the measles because you saw the guy with the wicker backpack, and I confirmed that I saw something amiss inside that plot.
yeah, but a lot of small things live and can exist in small objects. So
No, it's conjecture, but we did have a battle with these things outside the city, so
And they were
we're on
following-
edge anyways.
they were following us. So
Well, I was specifically
That's fair.
looking for Derogate because I have the drawing.
Mhm.
mhm.
I think
So, Derogate, I'm suggesting maybe we cast invisibility on you to get you to the safe house, so you're not visible. So
I'm comfortable with
you're
this
comfortable.
idea.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you make me invisible. That's fine. Do I need
Yeah.
to do anything special? To
You,
make sure I stay invisible?
Yeah. So the material component for it is you have to dance like a chicken for 3 minutes
All right.
and then
All right.
take a shit.
on a turtle.
Do I have to do that while dancing, or do I get to stop dancing?
No,
Obviously.
while dancing on a
Okay.
turtle,
But
and
While
then you'll
you're-
just disappear.
while you're invisible, you can't cast a spell or attack anybody, or you'll become uninvisible.
Right.
So-
Right. But you can wipe, so you can be clean.
Oh my god.
'Cause That's
Do you
not.
shape
Te-
it
it's, not
a little first?
it's technically an attack on yourself, which is fine.
Okay.
all right.
Disgusting.
So Jordan came up. You guys relayed information, right? He brought you up to speed on the weird warehouse and the man with the scar, the man with the basket,
The weird eye.
and the weasels. Yep. So, you guys, find, you're in your little area. You turn, you cast invisibility on Derogate. Who is going in which group? Regic doesn't actually need to go there, but he
Yeah,
could.
I'm gonna hang in the alley till Kraz gets back.
Okay. So that would leave Kraz, Jordan, Aragnis, and Derogate heading to the safe house, correct?
Yeah, with Derogate invisible,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
me
right.
as Lord Ermenard.
Okay. All right. So you guys make your way. It's not terribly far from your. It's probably about 2 blocks from your inn where you're staying with Regic.
Perfect.
Kraz. You guys come into a quaint little shop. It looks like it is a like a maybe like a some type of like launderer, right? I mean, there's looks like maybe tanning services mixed with there's clearly a Maidrite on site who is, cleaning clothes in a sense, casting spells like mend. What's the other one that can clean clothes? Prestidigitation.
Yep, prestidigitation.
Yep. So, they have, a nice little shop. Maybe they do some seamstress work, and your contact said to ask for. Do you remember?
Nope, I do not. Sorry.
Damn it! I was hoping you did because I already forgot. I think it was Magar. Magar. That's what I
Magar.
said.
Yeah. Excuse me. I'm here to see Magar. No, not Morag. Morag is the shop owner.
Oh.
Right? Yeah, Magar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so clearly our librarian was not paying attention. Psh, whatever.
No.
Okay. So the proprietor of the shop comes up, and it is a stout halfling woman. And do you introduce yourself as Lord Ermengar?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Oh yes, we've been expecting you. She rounds up a couple of helpers, and they head outside around the back, and there is a private entrance to a second story. Looks like an apartment, and as soon as you get inside, you can see that the windows and everything are basically false. Like just behind every window is a wall with a painting. And it looks like there is a torch in between the window and the wall that you can turn on from the outside. But it is like as soon as you get in, like it's completely walled off. The only illumination is coming from lamps burning inside. So it is like a safe house, right? No one can see in. There's a couple of spots. A couple of the guys show you that there are lookout holes. They show you, and then the area, they take you back to like an eating like larder, and there are rations set up for like 2 weeks.
Oh, awesome. Okay, great.
So food, water, there's a several casks of alcohol, barrels of water, all kinds of stuff, and then there are 3 comfortable looking beds set up. And they don't really ask any questions. They don't do anything. They show you how to lock the door, but there is a false entryway. So like there is like a little mini entryway if need be. You know, you could answer the door.
Okay.
Without compromising the rest of the room. And so as soon as they show you everything, they get out. They don't really say a word. They just very quick, brief sentences to show you, and then they all leave. The proprietor hands you a key, and she says to you, I hope that everything is in order.
This place looks fine, thank you. Much appreciated.
Of course. And with that, she leaves, heads back down, and leaves the 4 of you here together.
The 3 of us. Yeah. Okay. I dropped the invisibility spell at this point.
Okay.
Is there anything else hidden or present in the supplies of note?
It doesn't look like it, no.
No.
It just looks like a decent amount of food, so that it looks like everything they would need to not have to leave at all. And it looks like a pretty good amount.
Okay. Well, I guess these are your digs.
Looks like
I decide to don my armor again while I'm in here.
Okay. All right. Anything you guys want to do, or Matt, you ready to go back to the inn?
Yeah, I can go back to the inn unless there's something else someone else wants to do with me there, or something they need me to do on their behalf. Oh, I guess I could say anything you want me to do on your behalf while you're locked in here or stowed away. I'll take that.
We
as a no.
need to
Do
we
we?
need to come up with some way. I don't even know if this is possible and how we're going to communicate. I'm worried that you're going into a trap.
I am also worried, but I don't know what else we can do. Pray for
I
me.
mean, should I?
Whatever gods you follow, and for Regic.
It's a public place, right? Where you're meeting.
It is. It's an inn.
So I could go get dinner or something. Lurk for a while. See if anything unscrupulous happens.
I mean, your face is plastered all over the city like ours.
Indeed. The other, do we have any thoughts on that warehouse? Should we check it out after dark or anything?
I don't think we need a warehouse for this place.
No,
He's
the
talking
weasel
about
warehouse.
Weasel.
Oh, the measle warehouse. Oh. I mean, if they couldn't find, like, if they were frustrated that they were following the wrong person before, then probably stirring a rat's nest is not in our best interest. If they think they lost us, that's good.
We don't know who's pulling those strings and why they want the book.
Yeah, but it's risky. I mean, I can't control what all of you do, obviously, but you leave this room and it puts a lot of us at risk. And our purpose at risk. And that book at risk.
Alright.
But
Sit tight. As good a plan as any.
I'm merely Lord Erminard.
Yeah, well, don't you go lording it over us now.
Well, if we're in a position in the safe house to
I've
somehow
stabbed
take
people for less.
a long rest, my healing light could use it.
I mean, honestly, in the matter of that, in that warehouse, I would defer largely to Derogate and what he wants to do, because it's his book that they're after, and him that they're after.
At this time, I think we need some more information, which is what you're about to get. So I think what he's concerned with is your safety during this trap that you're walking into. We're not any good, safe here or not, if we don't have any good information on what to do next. Being safe, kind of pointless.
That's a fair point. How long does gaseous form last? An hour.
Is that a potion you guys have?
Yeah.
Yeah. You actually do have some items too.
How long does it reduce last, and how much can you reduce? Halved. You're halved in all dimensions. I would love to get as many of you at whatever. I feel that the inn is safe for now, but I imagine our next move is going to be more risky, whatever it is, whether it's leaving or meeting with someone, or contacting Morag's people. So, if we can be resourceful and think of how we can get all of you present, I'm hopeful that we can last the night at least at the inn. if I maintain, and while I say that, I'm gonna transition to the half orc. If I maintain this this persona now, sorry.
So you're changing back into Gorlag?
Yeah, back into Gorlag. I think perhaps we, Hadim and I have enough of the good graces of Morag to last the night at least until the servitors get wind of what, well, form an opinion on the two of us. That's my thought, but...
Well, if we're safe, I'm not sure if the night, because I'm a little bit new here still, I'm not sure if the night is long enough for me to get a long rest in, but my healing is cut in half until I get my healing light back.
Yeah.
So that would be good before we roll into more combat.
I would love a long rest as well. To heal my 1 hit point.
All right. All right. With that, Matt, it's getting pretty close to the meeting time.
Yeah.
So you'll want to head back.
I'll go get Redjik and then head to our inn.
All right. So
How long would you say Matt was in the room with us?
I would probably say about half an hour.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay. So you guys head back to the inn. Hopefully you can see this. Yes.
I leave the bag of holding with the group that's in that room.
Okay.
By the way, yeah.
Okay.
I'll hand it to Aragnis.
Okay. All right. So you guys head back to the inn, and you are shown to a private room that Morag has set up for you guys. And you sit down and you start having a meal. And about midway through the meal, there's a knock at the door. And middle-aged like halfling nods, and there are two like hooded figures, just people with like a hood over their hooded cloaks. And they walk in. They're shown in. One of them is taller and follows the halfling in, but the other one sees Hadim and just freezes. Hadim, you recognize the cloak.
I will stare directly at her and say, please come in and sit down. Both of you. I don't want to like give away that I know who they are, but I also want her to know that I know who she is. Like look at her and then pretend like, hey, come in, sit down with us.
As soon as the taller one sees like that something is happening, they freeze, and you can tell that it's a woman. The taller figure is a woman, and she looks between the two of you, and she almost turns. Roll me a persuasion, Redjik.
All right, All right, hold on.
Okay. So she almost turns to go back, but then the shorter woman at the door like briefly shakes her head and comes into the room. They take like cushions opposite you guys, and they sit down, and the taller woman removes her cloak and stands before you.
I'm going to say, what can we do for you, lasses?
And that the younger woman also removes her cloak.
Oh, wait a second. Shit, who is that?
You know who that is?
Yeah.
From Game of Thrones.
No. She was a character that we met earlier.
Was she?
Do we know her, Nate?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Lorwynak's sister.
No.
Can I roll like an insight to know who she is?
Yeah, I'll let you roll.
God damn it.
Give me a since there hasn't been any names yet. Give me an intelligence roll. Beat a 12. Both of you.
Yeah.
Oh, a 5.
Oh,
There it is.
Matt. The older they don't look quite the same, but standing before you is the captain of the Cloud Song, as well as the first
hand.
her apprentice.
Yeah.
I
I didn't
both
recognize
of them.
Yeah.
Both of them are rather disheveled looking. You know, they're no longer wearing their, crisp captain's uniforms and things like that. They look pretty haggard, as well as pretty tired. And you can definitely tell that the younger one is pretty distraught.
Who are you now?
As they sit down on the cushions, they exchange a glance together, and then they nod towards you. And the blonde, and they're both half elves. The older woman nods to you, and she says, "I think it best for now that we do not exchange names, but we have a mutual acquaintance, and it was suggested to us that we meet with you."
I want to go immediately to Bad Cop.
Okay.
I want to yell at the top of my lungs, pull out my dagger, and slam into the table. And I'm going to say, "Tell me who you are now!" And I'll try to intimidate them.
Go ahead.
No! Why is my fucking rolls?
Well, as he does that, and maybe to help
Play good cop. Play good cop.
Yeah. I put my arm over him. Hadim, let's just hear them out.
When you slam the dagger down, the younger girl bolts upright, and looks like she's ready to just straight up bolt. But the older woman, she grabs her arm, and she says, "Peace. I trust Morag. Sit. Please."
We'll do you no harm. Say your piece. What do you need help with?
Morag has told us that you are seeking passage out. And she's waiting for a response.
Yes. And you have a ship? Or a train? Or a flying ship? Or a horse?
The both of us can pilot an aircraft.
But you don't have a aircraft of your own.
And they exchange a look, and the captain, the blonde, she grimaces, and she just says, "My ship was taken from."
Okay. So what do you need us for? That's the question.
We believe that we could take a ship and leave by force.
You want us to rob a ship?
We are in
See,
a very bad situation. We are accused of crimes for which we are innocent.
So what do we get out of the deal? This is a very risky endeavor.
You will get 2 pilots for an airship to go wherever you want, untracked by our house, untracked by any of the 12 houses.
I'll say, how can we trust you? How do we know you're not still working for your house?
With that, she reaches into like a satchel that she's got kind of like around her shoulder and rummages around, and she throws down 3 wanted posters. And on there, you see their full names
Do I recognize their names by now?
immediately. Rindra, de Lorandar, and Elisana de Lorandar. Both of them were the captain and apprentice pilot of the first airship that you took, the Cloud Song.
Where we were attacked from
when-
above.
Mhm.
Right.
And
Mhm.
you know that they traveled you know that the Cloud Song took Jack and Harvris and the whole crew went to the temple, and you never spoke to them or heard from them after. You know that the airship was docked when you arrived by horseback,
Mm-hmm.
but you had no clue what happened to the crew.
Okay. Okay.
I tell you this. Morag has introduced me to individuals. We have learned of the watch. The timing is worked out. We have a small crew, but enough. All we need is help to secure the vessel and leave. Throw off the mooring docks and flee.
When?
The
Tonight?
sooner the better.
Can we do it tonight?
Not tonight.
Inwardly, I sigh in relief. It's like
And
Garrigan would be
gone!
so pissed.
I'm gonna say,
Ruining Jordan's night again.
can
You
I
have-
do like a perception check? I just want to make sure that I can like tell if they're lying. I'm not very trustful.
Roll
Mm.
me an insight.
Not a trusting person.
No, I'm very not trusting.
You've seen enough people trying to deceive you, trying to give you bullshit stories, especially during your time with law enforcement. And it's really easy to read Elisana because she's fucking terrified.
Can while they're talking, I'd like. Did they set the wanted posters down? Because they produced 3.
Yeah.
What are the 3
3.
people?
There's the 2 of them,
Mhm.
as well as another member of the crew.
Okay. Are any of them marked as dangerous?
Oh my god. No.
Good.
All right. So, but they came off as trustworthy to me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you definitely think they're definitely coming off as desperate.
Okay. At this point, I'm going to drop my disguise and go to Regic. I want to see if they
Really?
recognize me.
Okay. So you change your form to Regic, right?
Yeah, and I cancel the disguise self spell and look like I'm full on Regic.
And immediately both of them stand.
I
and
do as well.
They look. You're going to go to Kraz?
No. I stand as
Oh,
well and
you
pull a
can't.
knife.
Okay.
It's a wanted man.
They
Quick, get
look
him!
at you, and they just kind of look at each other and say, Elisana speaks first, and she just says, please don't kill us. Please don't kill us.
I'm going
And-
to say,
I yell, like, overlapping her a little, what the fuck is this? And then I hold my knife toward Regic. And
I'm going to stand up.
and try to look scared or like a weirded out.
Oh, so you're trying to react towards Regic?
Yeah.
Okay. She looks at you.
I roll my perception.
I have a very beautiful face. I'm really hard to not notice.
Distracting.
I mean, you've seen those blonde locks.
Okay. Rindra turns to you and she says, "Wait." And she kind of looks at both of you and she says, "Are you the only one that survived? Do you know where the others are? I've
What the
seen
f-
your posters."
I'm going to say, do you remember the Cloud song? Because I do.
What the fuck is going on here? And I put my knife back and forth between the two, like just like.
I'm going to say, I'm trusting you. I need you to trust me. I've revealed my true form. You know who I am. We traveled in the Cloud song. We need each other at this point.
Yes, but who's this? And she points to Gorlag.
I'm just going to look at him. and make it like give him the eyes, like you decide what you want to do. And if he doesn't say anything, I'm just going to say he's my.
Sorry, I was going to say something.
Go ahead.
Hadim hired me. What is this about, Hadim? Or whoever you are.
I'm going to say what I need is no questions. I didn't hire you for questions. I hired you to protect me. Is that understood?
I give a pause long enough for it to be a little awkward, and then I sheath my dagger. But I stay alert and standing.
And I'm going to look at the both women. I'm going to say, now listen, I trusted you. You trusted me. There will be no word of who I am and that I am a changeling. You must keep that between us. Is that understood?
Of course. I have seen your posters as well, and that of the others. And
Right.
she looks like her and Elisana just like exchange a glance, and Elisana is just fucking terrified.
I'm gonna look at Elisana.
Before you do though, Rindra turns to you and she said, "Tell me, please. I just need to know. Did you do what they said you did?"
I'm going to say, no, we've been set up and framed. It appears that you as well, the mission that we were sent on was designed to fail from the beginning. We were all scapegoats.
Then we will trust you. What choice do we have? But we will trust you. We will not tell.
Yeah, I'm going to reach in my bag and pull out my wanted poster, and I'm going to look at Elisandra, or whatever her name is, and I'm going to look at her and talk kindly and be like, we're in this together, all of us. We need to trust each other. If we are going to get out of this alive, our odds have just increased. We will survive this.
Agreed. And she just nods. She just seems like way too terrified to even speak. But she nods and she gives you a very, very weak smile, and she says, Rindra says to you, "Are there any others that survived?"
For now, this is a need to know information. I can't tell you one way or the other who survived, who hasn't.
Of course.
For now, we are going moment for moment. We need to survive the night, and we need to make up a plan on how we're going to attack this and how we're going to get away.
I do think that we will need the crew of able-bodied men and women capable of taking the ship by force. We know the the watch's schedules and patterns, and we have even found individuals that we may be able to bribe for a cost. But, and she kind of just looks down and glances again at Elisana. I don't know that we could afford it, and I dare not approach any of my funds. They are watching everywhere. If not for Morag, we would be dead or worse.
I'll say, let's not worry about money for now. Let's just figure out what we're going to do. And if money comes up, we'll work around it. We'll figure out a way. And I'm just going to tell you that I have a crew of able-bodied men. We can do this. We will succeed. I just need you guys on the same page, and I need you to keep your mouth shut and survive the night.
Of course. Anything we can. Suddenly, a huge knock slams on the door. Immediately in bursts the same halfling that you said, and he looks panicked, like just mortified. He looks at the girls, rushes to them, throws their cloaks on. He says, "We must go now! Come now!" He leads them across the room, messes with something that you can't quite see, and a door in the wall opens up, and he hurries both of them inside. As he does, right before he follows right after them, he peeks out and he says, "They are coming for you! Be careful! Do not let them know!" And the door shuts.
I
Oh shit!
am going to immediately shape change into the beggar again. And
Beggar?
the beggar.
Are you sure?
Well, no, not a beggar. I'll shape change to a rather plain-looking merchant.
You
And
hear
I'm
a knock
Lord-
at the door. Before you do any shapeshifting, you hear a knock at the door.
Lord Ermenard.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay Hadim and see what happens. Well, should I say Hadim?
You got 5 seconds to decide. You're changing.
I'm going to change to a butler.
Gorlag
Can I change to a butler?
I'm changing to Lord Ermenard.
from
Clothes and
Gorlag.
all. From Gorlag, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll change to like some sort of a servant.
And sitting down. And can I quickly pull Regic's knife out of the table and hand it to him?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
As there's no answer, the door opens, and a hooded Warforged enters the room and just strides right in.
What's the meaning of this?
Right behind her is a rather severe-looking woman who follows right behind her. As the Warforged stops, second. All of a sudden, my computer is. That's. Okay. Come on. Okay. All right. As the Warforged comes to a stop, the dark-haired woman steps forward. You can see like a scar on her cheek. She steps forward, and as you begin to speak, she just holds up 2 fingers and looks between the both of you.
I will not
And
be
said-
silenced.
Which one of you is Hadim? And which one of you is Gorlag?
I think you have the wrong room.
My name is Bendrak.
She continues to stare between the 2 of you.
Do you know
I'm
who
gonna-
I am? Do you know who
I'm gonna act a little terrified, like I'm afraid of what's going on. Like, So I want to look like a regular like not commoner, but like someone who's like I want to like play off like I'm not like I'm startled and.
I'll take his lead and be a little bit fearful, but so speak in a higher pitched voice. I have friends in high places.
Both of you roll a deception. Do either of you have inspiration?
Yeah, I'm gonna use mine. Wait, do we get one at the beginning of each game?
At the beginning,
You did
already use mine.
I know Redrick has already used his.
Yeah. Okay. Deception, and I'm gonna. Okay.
All right, so you rolled an 18. The Warforged turns to the woman and says, "We know there was at least one shape changer among them. Is it possible there was more than one?" She turns, the dark-haired woman turns to the Warforged and just says, "Perhaps, or perhaps Morlag has given us the wrong rule." They both continue to just kind of stare at you, and she says, "Allow me to introduce myself. I am Miss Anna de Fjarlund, arbiter of the Council of 12. Both of you are under arrest until we clear this up. If you are who you say you are, you will be free to go. But you will not impede our investigation. Do you understand?"
I nod curtly.
I give a
Warlord
short
comes
bow.
up and hands you identity paper that you both recognize as official arbiters of the Council of 12. The Warforged name is Zel Ott. Now,
Okay.
we have questions for you that we will ask now. Yes? And with that, she claps her hands, and two pale, long blonde-haired, look like twins, enter the room and take a seat on a cushion in front of each of you. As they do, Kraz, in your mind, you hear, "I will relay all questions from my mistress to you. Do you understand?" And you have the ability to respond with the telepathic link that was just established.
How are you in my mind?
Please be calm. I am
What is this all
a
about?
Kalishtar. It is our nature to speak through our mind. The more calmly you proceed, the faster you will be done. And Regic, the female that sits down in front of you basically says the same thing. as she also establishes a telepathic link directly to you. And with that, standing to the right of each one of them, Misana, lined up with to the left of the one facing Kraz, and Zel-Ot with the one facing Regic. Misana says, "And now we will begin." And with that, we're going to end for tonight.
Damn it.
Fuck
Gotta wait a
you.
month and a half.
Not a month and a half. So next game is scheduled for the 16th.
Oh, all right.
All right. So we're gonna
sounds
play
great.
on the 16th, and then from there we're gonna take a break until after the New Year.
Okay.
Okay. Just because with Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's
Yeah.
I will not be playing on the 16th.
what?
I am out of town
Ah!
at a work retreat, so I can't.
Okay. Well, I would say go ahead and stop the stream for now, Matt.
Okay. All right.